It was a dark and stormy night, the kind of night where the rain was relentless, tapping on the windows like a ghostly visitor begging to be let in. But it wasn't just the rain that was unsettling. There was a feeling of unease in the air, a sense that something wasn't quite right. Maggie sat in her cozy living room, wrapped up in a blanket, reading a book. She tried to ignore the feeling, but it was too strong. She kept looking over her shoulder, feeling like someone was watching her. She chalked it up to her imagination and tried to focus on her book. Suddenly, she heard a loud knock on the door. It made her jump, and her heart raced with fear. She hesitated, unsure of whether to answer it or not, but the knocking persisted, so she reluctantly got up and walked to the door. As she opened it, she was greeted by a man she didn't recognize. He was soaked through from the rain, his clothes sticking to his skin. He looked frantic, and his eyes darted around as if he was being chased. "Please," he said, his voice shaking. "Can I come in? I'm being followed." Maggie hesitated, unsure if she should let a stranger into her home, but she couldn't leave him out there in the storm. She let him in, and he collapsed onto her couch, visibly relieved. As she tried to calm him down, she noticed something odd. He had no shoes on, and his feet were covered in mud and dirt. And then she saw it, a trail of muddy footprints leading from her front door to the living room. But she had been alone all night, so who had been walking around her house? She tried to remain calm, but her heart was pounding in her chest. She asked the man what was going on, but he didn't answer. He just sat there looking terrified. That's when she heard it, the sound of someone walking upstairs. She froze, unable to move, as the footsteps grew louder and closer. The man looked up, fear in his eyes. Suddenly, the footsteps stopped, and there was silence. Maggie couldn't move, couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. She waited, trembling with fear, for what felt like an eternity. And then she heard it, a soft whisper in her ear. "I've been waiting for you." The man screamed, and Maggie ran for the door, but it wouldn't budge. It was like someone was holding it shut from the other side. They were trapped. The whisper came again, louder this time. "I've been waiting for you." Maggie turned to the man, but he was gone. In his place was a dark, shadowy figure hovering in the air. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and its voice was cold and empty. "You should have never let me in," it said. "Now you'll never leave." Maggie screamed, but there was no one to hear her. They were alone in the darkness, with nothing but the storm outside and the terror inside.